also bring you some inspiration, and this particular story is going to really, it touched my heart. I'm sure it's going to touch yours as well. This is the story of turning unfortunate events in life into a life mission. I'm talking about Dr. Prema Dhanraj, that lovely woman on your screen. At just the age of 8, she was a victim of acid attack. But through the years, she didn't let it define her life. She became a doctor, a surgeon, and now she operates on other acid attack victims, gives them counseling, a whole 360 view, gives them ability to upskill themselves, get a job in the market, mentally get to a stage where they can really go out in the world, and all of that of course got her a Padma as well. So joining us on the program today is the woman of the hour herself. Good morning, ma'am. Thanks so much for joining us. I have to begin by asking you, how did you turn this sort of adversary in your life into such a mission? You are now the brand ambassador of the cause, if one can call it that. Tell us, what would you tell other burn victims actually watching you right now? You're such a story of inspiration.
I would say that whatever is happened, if it is accidental, then definitely there is something God has plans for them in a better way. But of course, a lot of them are suicidal, so it becomes very difficult to say that that was, suicidal is required for them to really look at life in a better way. But for those patients who are very sensitive and who are very vulnerable and weak mind, I would really advise that think for few minutes before you jump into conclusion. Take a walk, and then your thoughts will change and they'll be better in dealing with their life, because everybody gets problems. There's not only one or two, and all of us, I feel problem is like a bend, and that bend will very soon go away and the road will be straight. Just that moment when they feel that they're getting thoughts like this, they just have to take a walk and go away from that place.
Right, things will change, the bend will flatten out, as you said. But what in your experience, ma'am, has changed over the years in the Indian scenario in this space of burn victims? It was at one time a taboo. Now help is available, there are clinics available. Many people like you are going out of their way to help these victims. We are in active discussion of availability of materials that can cause these acid attacks. What for you has changed?
There are quite a bit of changes have occurred, but I think still a lot more has to be done. When you compare to the Western world, we are still far behind in burn management, because we have very little resources available to us in most of the hospitals. I think that not many people would like to treat burn patients, because it's very expensive, one, and second, it's only the poor socioeconomic patients who resort to such suicidal or homicidal. The elite group don't come into this burn category at all. So it becomes very difficult to treat them because they don't have funds. They're all from very poor society. And whatever is available with the limited sources, I think our doctors are doing great job by trying to do their best. And if it's a lesser percentage burns, of course we can do a lot to treat them. But if it's a higher percentage, definitely we cannot promise that the patient will be saved with the limited resources. But compared to my time when I went through so much to now, I think there are a lot of changes which we can do to our patients and reduce the trauma, the depth of injury. We can counsel them, we can send them out into the society so that they financially they are independent and they have a life after burns.
Yes, life after burn, and a good life after burn. But ma'am, you said so much is to be done. What is the meaning of this Padma Award for you? How will this help in your mission?
It's really difficult for me to answer because we were quietly doing the work. The only way this award can help us in my organization is if somebody, could donate a little bit of land for us, because I always wanted, I go to many schools, colleges, and IT companies to give the motivational talk. So I feel that there are a lot of vulnerable group now. My generation, I think we were very strong and we could cope up with all sorts of pressures, and we never thought of, for every small thing, we never thought of committing, trying to commit suicide. So we're always looking for a land where we can expand our reconstructive, surgery and counsel the patient. Lot of people, not only burn survivors, but all the other general population where they're also vulnerable. So that is the only way I think that, because more people are now aware that Agni Raksha does exist and that we are doing good work. So if somebody could help us out in that way, I think we'll definitely do, not only for burn survivors, but to a whole lot of people.
I'm sure a lot of people are listening, and when it comes from you, I'm sure it will have an impact. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us on TBC, for everything that you do, and good luck with everything that you have in store for the future.